Alright, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how I made over $20,000 in Shopify sales in just 30 days using only email marketing with Klaviyo. No crazy ad spend, no viral videos, mostly a strategic flow of emails from 5 campaigns that did the heavy lifting, and a few emails to a cold list of customers that hadn't really been tapped previously. And this is something that you can set up and implement really quickly. In this video, I'll walk you through the flows that I use to help inspire you in your own campaigns, how and why I got all these great emails and flows set up professionally and up and running in Klaviyo really quickly for a great price. So I was able to get great results right from the start. If you're sleeping on email marketing like I was for the past few years, you're really leaving serious money on the table, and setting up some good flows is going to have a positive impact on converting all the different sources of traffic that you're working so hard to bring to your store. The $20,000 you can see here in the Klaviyo dashboard accounted for approximately 20% of the revenue from my store for this 30-day period. And as you can see, about $16,000 or 80% of that revenue came from flows, and approximately another $4,000 or 20% came from a few campaigns sent to my existing customer list, which had been pretty badly neglected for the past few years since these emails had been collected. If these numbers continue throughout the rest of the year, it's reasonable to assume that this email marketing will probably generate at least $200,000 for my store this year alone, and they should work for years to come. And seeing how it only costs about $140 per month to run Klaviyo, which is about $1,680 per year, and an additional $1,500 to have these flows professionally designed and set up, my return on ad spend should be right around 70x, which makes it by far the most profitable medium that I'll invest in this year for my Shopify store. Once you set these flows up, they're super low maintenance and pretty much run on autopilot. The main flows that drove these sales and the one that tend to have the biggest impact on your bottom line in general are the browse abandonment flow, which did about $7,000 in this 30-day period at $11 per recipient, the welcome series, which did a little over $6,000 at just under $6 per recipient, the abandoned checkout flow, which did about $2,500 at just under $4 per recipient, the abandoned site, which produced a little less than $500 at a little over $2 per recipient, and finally the abandoned cart, which has done about $35 so far at about 16 cents per recipient. But I expect this flow to pick up in the near future, but you should definitely start out with the browse abandonment flow, the welcome series, and the abandoned checkout flow. There's a lot of other flows you can set up, but these typically produce the best results. Some of the flows are pretty simple, but others are much more complicated with multiple emails and have a lot of triggers and timing and logic built in, which might be more than you want to take the time to master while you're busy juggling so many other tasks. And for me, I feel like having these set up professionally was well worth the investment and will continue to yield excellent results for years to come. Let's take a quick look at each of these flows to give you some inspiration. And here's a look at the browse abandonment flow. And this is the first email that's going to go out at about an hour after a low engagement visitor leaves the website. And this is just a quick email saying, we know you're checking this out. And then the product they browse will automatically populate down below, and a button they can click on which will return them to the product that they were looking at. So it's really easy for them to pick up where they left off. And then beneath that, you can show some other products in your collection or accessories that might be relevant to the main product. The next email is sent out about a day later. And again, it puts the product in front of them and invites them to ask questions about our products. And this goes directly to my email, so I can respond to them and also address some of the most common customer questions about shipping, warranty, refunds, as well as another CTA to bring the customer back to the product. A little more logic was built into this flow to target 2 of my top sellers, which we created custom emails breaking down how those products compare to their military grade counterparts, which is one of our main selling points. And these are more geared towards customers who are in the middle of the funnel. And there's a lot more information in those emails, as well as some links to some YouTube videos I made comparing those devices head to head. And those videos get a lot of views and really educate our customers on those products, and they drive a lot of sales for the store. And how to make awesome product videos to promote your business on YouTube is a topic we're going to cover more in depth in another video. Finally, this last email goes out about a day later, and this one lets our potential customers know that other people are checking out this product, so it helps to build a little bit of hype and excitement. The welcome series is another great performer, and this flow gets triggered when a new sub is added to the email list. And those usually come from this pop-up which we run on the website, which offers a 10% discount in exchange for the email and their phone number. And this flow is designed to give potential customers a lot of information about your business, so over the course of the week they can get more comfortable with the idea of purchasing from you, and they'll get a lot of exposure to your brand. And this first email will go out to them immediately when they subscribe to the form, and it also includes that 10% discount code and a way to get back to the website so they can keep shopping with their 10% discount automatically applied. And it also breaks down down some of the main collections to give our customers a bit more awareness about the different lines of products that we sell. Depending on whether or not they open that email, they'll either receive a letter from me with a bit of company history and my personal background, which conveys my authority in the industry, or we'll resend the first email if that does not go through. Next, we'll send another email a day later with a handful of reviews we've collected from our customers, and we're using the app Judge Me to collect emails, and it automatically sends requests to our customers, and we display these on our website, and it really helps to sell a great product, and our customers are often eager to leave positive feedback, and it really helps to bring up our conversion rates. And I'll leave a link to Judge Me below in case you're still looking for a good way to collect and display reviews on your store. The next email goes out about a day later, and it answers some of our customers' most frequently asked questions about refunds and warranties and shipping, and it also reminds them about the 10% discount with that strong CTA, which is really enticing for them to click on. A day after that, we send a final email letting them know that their discount code is going to expire soon, so it creates a sense of urgency and it gives them a little more reason to make that purchase if they still want to take advantage of that 10% discount. The abandoned checkout flow goes out 30 minutes after a customer abandons their checkout, and these are potential customers that are highly interested in your product, and for one reason or another they didn't complete the purchase, so these are some of the more engaged potential customers, and this first email will remind them of what they left in their cart, and it gives them a button which they can click on easily to return to the checkout. About 20 hours later, another email goes out, and this is another personalized letter from me reaching out to them directly to see if they have any specific questions about the product, and this makes a lot of sense for me because my average order value is close to $500 a customer, so I'm more than happy to go back and forth and engage them to make them feel more comfortable and confident to make a purchase from me. A day later, we send another email, which is a direct call to have them complete their checkout, and again, it reminds them of the items that they were about to purchase. About a day after that, final email is sent letting them know that the items they had at checkout are about to be released, so this also creates a little bit of urgency, which can help to encourage them to make that purchase. This is the abandoned site flow, and this one is one of the least targeted and most simple flows, and this gets sent about an hour after somebody was active on the website and just thanks them for stopping by and shows off some of the most popular products that have a chance to grab their attention. Finally, we have a cart abandonment flow, which goes out about an hour and a half after somebody adds something to their cart and doesn't buy it, and this first email just reminds them of what they left, and it makes it easy for them to pick up where they left off, and also shows off a few other products. A day after that, another personalized letter from me, the founder of the company, goes out and asks them if they have any specific questions about the items we sell. This really helps to make the customer feel like they're dealing with real people rather than automated customer service, and I always get the chance to speak to a lot of interesting people and make new friends, and I also gain a lot of insight into the products that I sell and their use cases, as well as feedback about how to make them better and to develop new products. A day later, there's an email that shows you the cart again, and the customer can hop right back where they left off. The final email in the flow creates some urgency again and gives them 24 hours before their cart expires. This wraps up the main email marketing flows that we're using, so if you have a relatively new store with few sales, or you're on a tight marketing budget, you can set up these flows yourself, but if you do have some marketing funds to invest, I highly recommend getting your campaigns professionally designed and built out within Klaviyo for the best results. There are a ton of different agencies and freelancers that do this, but I hired a professional email marketing and Klaviyo expert on Upwork, and they set up all these beautiful templates in Figma. We went back and forth a few times on the design and the wording, and then once I approved them, we went live in Klaviyo and we started generating sales from these campaigns within 24 hours. As you can see, all of these designs look professional and they're a lot better looking than many of my competitors, which are a lot bigger companies, and each of these series has multiple emails working together to impact the bottom line, and this whole system was made using the best practices, so the results are far better than I would have achieved had I tried to do this all by myself, and it would have taken a lot of time and testing to dial it in, which is really something that I didn't have to give. I highly recommend you do the same if you want to achieve excellent results, and I'll leave a link down in the description to some email marketing experts that can help get you set up with Klaviyo moving in the right direction. You're still going to get good results if you set up these flows by yourself, and it's definitely an area worth spending some time on to get these set up properly, because once you do, they pretty much run on autopilot, freeing you up to do more things for your business. Moving forward, I plan to set up a few more flows and to be more consistent with sending out email campaigns this year, especially when we release new products, and I highly recommend that you subscribe to some of your competitors' emails as well to get some inspiration from them about the types of flows and the campaigns that they send. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to get some inspiration for how to boost sales for your e-commerce store, then make sure to subscribe, and you can also subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss out on content like this. And if you want to help support the channel, you can use some of the affiliated links down below.